Hi, I'm Walter D. Donnie Kennedy, Chief of Heritage Operations for the Sons of Confederate Veterans, and I'm here with our past Commander-in-Chief, Commander Paul Grambling Jr., and we're here to discuss the reinterment of General Nathan Bedford Forrest and his wife.
Hello, Donnie.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's been a year.
We were talking about not having you here for a while, and I'm glad you found your way back to Mississippi.
Well, like I said, the vehicle knew where to go.
Good enough. Well, let's jump right in. We're talking about the upcoming reburial of General Forrest and his wife. Could you tell us a little bit about is the general going to lay in state, and where and when will this happen?
Okay, as was announced last week. Well, last week when we're videoing this, but the announcement was made that September 18th
Right.
will be the reinterment date at Elm Springs, which is, of course, our headquarters for the SCV. The general and his wife will lay in state there at the mansion Friday all day long. Then we'll have the ceremony Saturday morning. Now, what we've got planned for Friday is like last year when we were working on this and we was putting things together, and I wanted to incorporate the mechanized cavalry of
Correct.
the SCV to be able to participate. They will be there. I'm asking for all the members of the Metcav to be at Elm Springs no later than 8 o'clock Friday morning.
Friday morning, 8 o'clock.
Correct, because the remains of General Forrest and his wife will be brought to Elm Springs at the front gate. And what we are planning is the two hearses to come in. We will have a riderless horse in front of the first hearse. Few dignitaries and some color bearers, honor guard, and a drummer will be marching behind the second hearse. And all the mechanized cavalry troopers will be lining the driveway all the way up to the house. If anyone has seen this driveway, that's a long driveway. So hopefully we'll be able to accommodate all the troopers that will be there. And as we pass the troopers, the procession, they will peel off and file in behind us. And as we go by them, they're just falling behind us all the way up to the house. And so when we make it to the front door of the house, all the troopers will be there. And they will be able to participate in that.
Now, you mentioned color guard, so obviously we're going to have some reenactors.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about who are they going to be and how do they get?
Well, we're going to have honor guard all day on Friday. The house will be open for those who would like to pay their respects and view the remains, the coffins. We will have probably at least 4 to 6 men serving as honor guard throughout the day while visiting hours are open. And we're going to open at about 10 o'clock Friday morning, start visiting hours till, well, we're saying 5 o'clock. Most likely that will go past 5 o'clock, maybe give men and people, men and women that are working a chance to come by there after work. And so give them a chance to view what we have there. We will have 6, like I said, probably about 6 honor guard throughout the day, because it'll probably be a steady stream of people coming through.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, the honor guard, these are going to be reenactors in uniform. Now, infantry, artillery?
As far as honor guard, they register. They can go online and register to serve as honor guard. What time of day? We'll be changing them out every hour.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to accommodate a lot of our membership that wants to take part in this. They can register online. Now, you can go to the website by going to the scv.org, our website, and I was told that on the front page of our website there would be a link to the reinterment, the registrations and everything, information about it will be there. Good. So they will be able to register to do honor guard duty, and they'll be able to register as a reenactor to fire the salute during the ceremony on Saturday morning. Now, what we're asking the reenactors, now if you're a reenactor, you know this already, but I know there's a lot of men that are in camps and throughout our organization. They have the uniform and they may have a rifle. They may have a rifle they think will pass, be able to use. But we have on our website, we have a list of rifles that will be allowed, some rifles that won't be allowed. Now, if you're a reenactor, you know that the four-winged percussion cap, if your rifle fires that cap, you're in pretty good shape.
Right.
But if your rifle fires the number 11 percussion caps, it's not going to be allowed.
Correct.
And that's on the website as far as those particular weapons. Uniform needs to be period correct, accoutrements, everything else needs to be period correct. Reenactors, we're asking that you be associated or connected to an established reenacting unit, infantry unit. If you're not, then at least have someone vouch for you that is part of that reenacting unit.
Now, you just said infantry. We are allowing artillery and cavalrymen.
We are not having cavalrymen. We do have artillery, and of course, we'll have 13 guns for the ceremony for the 13 states. Those positions have already been filled.
Okay.
Those registrations, if you will, have been closed for anybody else. If you have not been told that your artillery battery is going to be there, then you're not going to be there.
Okay.
It's already been decided. And Todd Owens is the guy in charge of the artillery. But no cavalry, no horses.
How about dismounted cavalry?
We will allow them if everything's period correct. Of course, they will fall in with the infantry.
Correct.
And they must know the infantry commands because as reenactors, there's different firing commands for infantry and different firing commands for dismounted cav.
Right.
They must know, and we're also asking, don't show up with a whole bunch of pistols all over you. This is not a reenactment. It's not a battle. You're there for one purpose, to fire 3 shots, and it's a salute and respect for the general and his wife. And we're also asking, if you're an officer, if you have a company, we know how a lot of guys like to dress up with their officer's uniform and, just kind of be on the battlefield. This is not a reenactment. We're there to fire a salute. So if you don't have at least 8 rifles in your company, then please don't show up with your officer's uniform.
Right.
Because that's, you're not going to be able to be a part of that. You can be with the spectators in your uniform, but if you don't have a company to command, then we're not going to have just people walking behind the lines just because, they want to wear the uniform.
Understand. Okay. Okay, Commander, we've talked about the reenactors, the Metcalf and such. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people there.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the parking situation and what can we do to alleviate some of the parking problem we're going to have?
We're hoping to be able to park the majority of those in attendance on our property. A lot of people don't realize that we have 78 acres up there, as part of our headquarters. We're looking to be able to park, like I said, a majority of them there. Our paved parking lot for the museum, we are leaving that for reserved parking and handicap spaces. We hope to have an aerial map of Elm Springs and the museum and all our property to show those that will be driving, we have two parking areas
Yes.
and two different ways to get there. We're also asking that the membership help us out with this by not driving a vehicle with one or two people in it. Carpool, put as many people as you can in your vehicle to bring them. That will help us with the parking situation as well. Also, we're looking at possibly having shuttles making runs to the hotels, the list of hotels that we have on our website. The shuttle making trips to those hotels and picking up people and bringing them to the site as well. That will also be a big help as far as the parking situation. I think between all this combined will help us with the parking there.
Okay, and you did mention the hotels. You say there is a list
Yes.
on our website, scv.org.
Yes.
Okay, so we can go there and find a list of
Yes.
hotels.
And I would suggest, if you haven't already made your reservations, which I know a lot of people have, this is not something you want to procrastinate on. You want to get those hotel reservations made because they will fill up fast. And by now, I'm sure I already know there's a few hotels that's already filled up.
Correct.
So you need to do that as soon as possible.
Great. This brings me to a question. I know our people love to carry flags and display their flags, favorite Confederate flags.
Right.
They love taking pictures. We all do. I'm a shutterbug myself. Tell us a little bit about that as far as
the flags, we are asking that people, that for the ceremony on Saturday morning, we're asking they do not bring 3 by 5 foot flags. If they have to have a flag, nothing larger than like the 12 by 18 inch stick flag. Yeah. And people go, well, what do you mean we can't take a flag? You have to understand, this is a funeral.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a solemn occasion. It's not a flag rally. Correct. Now, I understand you want to, wave a flag, a stick flag, that's fine. Also, be considerate of the people behind you. If people showed up with these 3 by 5 foot flags, the people behind you can't see what's going on.
Correct.
So we have to be a little courteous as far as that goes as well. So we're nothing bigger than a 12 by 18 inch flag. Even the 4 by 6 inch is preferable.
Yeah.
But nothing bigger than 12 by 18 inch flag.
How about taking pictures?
Photos. During the day of the ceremony, it wouldn't be a problem. But during Friday, when we had the visitation and the viewing, absolutely no pictures taken inside the house.
So I can't take a selfie next to the coffin?
No, you will not. You will be thrown out.
Thank you. And I should be on my ears.
Yeah. We've had this problem in the past with as far as in Memphis. Mm-hmm. Some of the workers working there, and they took selfies, which is not good.
No.
So we are not allowing any photos being taken inside the house. And which is another reason why.
I tell people it's just like if you're at your mother or father's funeral.
Yes.
You want a bunch of people taking selfies in front of their coffin.
No.
I'm sorry.
It's not going to happen. And that's why another reason we'll have at least 6 people honor guard in there. They will be monitoring that as well. If you pull out a phone inside, you're going to be asked to put it up.
Great. All right. How about media? I'm sure we're going to have some media people there wanting to stick their camera in people's faces.
Yeah. And we all know what the media is going to report.
Absolutely.
But we will have a separate section for the media. Now, they have to register and sign forms to get on the property with their equipment. They have to have a media pass. And it's going to have at least 3 signatures on that media pass for them to get in there with their equipment. So we know that, they're looking, what we're dealing with now, those people are looking for justification of their hate.
Correct.
So that's what they're looking for. And it's pretty sad they had to go to a funeral to get it. However, we know they're going to be there. That's fine. And we know how to act. Southern people at a funeral, especially one like this, we know how to act. However, I am cautioning our people and the spectators and those in attendance, if someone with a microphone from the media, I don't care what outlet, whoever they belong to, if someone throws a microphone in your face and start asking questions, you need to tell them that you are not speaking for the SEV and direct them to where they can speak, the people that can speak, which will be pretty much the GEC and the family's attorney will be those designated to speak to the media. And I know we can't make you not talk to them. I'm asking you for the benefit of this ceremony and the SCV not to.
Yes, I've often told people in a case like that, the best thing to say is, I'm honored to be here, and if you would like more information, there's people designated that will give
Correct.
you the correct answer from the organization. But the main thing is, I'm honored to be here. That's all you have to say.
Right.
And that way they won't take your face and your words twisted and throw it against you in the future.
Because we know they love
Oh,
I mean, they do it to us, so we know what they'll do it to, the anybody that they walk up to that really hasn't had that much experience with them,
All right, we talked about the media. We've got people there. When will the property be closed for people getting on site?
The ceremony, Saturday morning will start at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, and we're talking about Saturday night.
Saturday. We're
Yeah,
talking about Saturday morning. The ceremony will start at 10 o'clock. The gates to our property will be closed at 10 o'clock. If you're not there in your vehicle by then you just have to walk a little bit further, because we're not going to allow any disturbance with vehicles traveling and what have you when the ceremony starts. Everyone should be in their place, and I would suggest that you try to get there as early as possible anyway, given the number of people that's going to be there.
Yeah. Now this is September the 18th, so we're not expecting wet weather normally.
Correct.
And it should not be oppressively hot. So
It should be pretty good.
Yeah.
The climate should be pretty good for
Right.
this. Yeah.
But please remember, gates close at 10 a.m. So
Yes.
don't show up at 10:30 with your vehicle thinking, well, I'm important, I'm going to get in. They won't even let me in. Hey.
No, we won't let him in if he gets there late.
I'm just glad they let me in there anytime.
Yeah, and if he gets there at 10:30, he's missed out completely.
That's right. Absolutely. I've had a good night, but
Yeah.
that was the
Yeah.
day is shot.
Yes.
Okay. How about the museum? Will it be open? Will there be a ribbon cutting? What's
The
going
museum,
on there?
of course, during the ceremony, it will be locked, of course.
Right.
We'll probably unlock it after the ceremony. I'm hoping that we will be having a ribbon cutting. We've never had an official ribbon cutting.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping, say, around 1 o'clock.
Well,
have
after
a
the
ribbon
funeral.
cutting. Yes,
Yeah.
well after the ceremony. We hope to have food trucks there, so if you want to hang around for the museum.
After the funeral.
After
Again.
the funeral, the food trucks will come in, hopefully, and that's what we're working on.
Correct.
We'll also have a portion, a time before the actual ribbon cutting for anyone who wants to donate money to the museum, like a camp or chapter or something that wants to donate, wants to donate and kind of go on record as doing so. We'll do that before the actual ribbon cutting. Once we do that, then it'll be open to everyone to go in. Now, we may have it open before the actual ribbon cutting to look around and say 1 o'clock, kind of usher people out for the ribbon cutting, then they can go back in.
Okay, well, that sounds good. How about flower arrangements, wreaths, and things of that nature?
For the ceremony, we will have about 5 different national organizations represented. Their dignitaries, like the UDC, and they got the MOSB, CFC, SUVCW will be there, and of course SCV. They will lay a wreath as part of the ceremony.
Correct.
Just like the firing, the salutes, and everything. That will be part of the ceremony. Now, once the ceremony has concluded officially, those camps and OCR chapters, UDC chapters that want to lay a wreath themselves, they can do so after the ceremony when people are filing by, what have you, and they can place their wreath there, take a picture or whatever at that time.
Yeah.
But it will be done, like I said, after the ceremony, because we can't do this during the ceremony. It would take forever.
Absolutely.
And not to exclude anyone, but like I said, the dignitaries heads of these organizations will be laying a wreath on behalf of their organization.
Correct.
We also hope to have carnations for people to be able to purchase there. And after the ceremony, as they come by the grave site area, if they would like, they can lay their carnation down on the ground. So once the grave site is filled, they will be put on top, and then they participate, in something like that. I also might want to add real quick. We hope that we don't plan for the ceremony to last any more than an hour. We suggest, if you don't want to stand for that long, to bring a chair that you can sit down, for the ceremony. You'll be responsible to bring that as well.
Okay, well, that pretty well wraps it up, folks. And this, as the commander said, will be taking place September the 18th this year, 2021. And
also, if there's anything we might have missed here, the website, go to the website, and all the information.
SCB.org.
SCB.org, and there'll be a link. It should be on the front page. Be a link. And let me add this. This is something that we started 2.5, almost 3 years ago. We're seeing where the light at the end of the tunnel, I might add. We're seeing it come to fruition. I'm not in the chair anymore, even though, my administration, agreed, to accept this on behalf of the family. I would like to say I want to thank Commander-in-Chief Larry McClooney for allowing me to chair this event, to basically see it through to the end. I also like to thank Jason Boshears, our Lieutenant Commander-in-Chief, because he's a kind of a point man at headquarters in Elm Springs in Columbia. I want to thank them for working with me on this, and it's something we've been looking for a long time. And make your plans to be there. You will never be able to experience this again, ever. So make your plans to be there, and remember, General Forrest is one of us. He's ours, and not only is it a duty to make this happen and continue to donate to make this happen, but it's also an honor for us to be able to make this happen. So I will leave you with that. And Donnie, it was good. It's been a year, but it's good to be back over here. And this chair still fits kind of comfortable.
Larry hadn't run the chair for you yet. Okay, for the Heritage Operations Department, for the Sons of Confederate Veterans, we thank you for watching, and it is indeed an honor to be part of this. This is our way of showing our respect for General Forrest and his wife. And not only that, at our headquarters, his grave will be protected, it will be honored, and it will not suffer any type of damage. We will take care of his remains, and his honor will go forward, and that is an honor to us and our generations to come after us. So for the Sons of Confederate Veterans, we invite you to come and see us at September 18th, and let's honor this man and his wife. Thank you.